welcome to Jep's Outdoor Adventures. I'm your host, Jep. Today we're going to be doing a review of the Teton Sports Tracker Plus 5 Degree Sleeping Bag. So if you want to find out more, don't go away. Okay guys, so as I said, we're going to be doing a review of this Teton Sports Tracker Plus 5 Degree Sleeping Bag. As you can see, we are not in my usual filming spot. We're actually out camping here in scenic Idaho. This is one of the last days we're going to be here, and so I wanted to get a review on the sleeping bag. I've had it for a couple weeks now. I've been using it throughout this trip, and so far I've really liked it, and I wanted to share my thoughts on it with you guys. So before we go over my thoughts on the sleeping bag, let's go over the specs and features of it, and then we'll get to my thoughts. Okay guys, so this sleeping bag is a very, very nice one. I've been sleeping in it, like I said, for the past few days. It's been very, very comfortable. One thing I like about it is the price. It did not cost me an arm and a leg to purchase the sleeping bag. If I remember correctly, it's only around that $70 price range, which is expensive, but for sleeping bags, it's actually really affordable. A lot of sleeping bags are over that $100 range, and that is quite expensive. And if you are on a budget, that is going to be very, very hard for you to acquire. This is a synthetic sleeping bag. This is not a down sleeping bag. Down sleeping bags are, of course, a lot more expensive. They're more of that $200 range. They're very, very expensive, and I figured if I wanted to get one of those, that would be several years down the road. I wanted a good quality sleeping bag that wouldn't cost me an arm and a leg, and when doing my research, this one came up multiple times. Now, to be honest, this was not the one I planned on buying. We went down to our local Sportsman's Warehouse to pick it up. We first wanted to test out the sleeping bag to see how well it fit, to make sure that the purchase would be good and I wouldn't be wasting my money. We actually wanted to get the Teton Sports Leaf 20 Degree Sleeping Bag. It's in a bright green color. It looked really, really nice, but it turned out that they did not have it in stock. And, sorry, skeeters. But they did have this one in stock, and so one of the salesmen got it out. I tried it on, and it fit really well, and so I decided to get this one. It was actually slightly less expensive, and it has a better temperature rating at just over plus 5 degrees. So almost a 0 degree sleeping bag for around $70. That's a pretty good deal. And I had seen this one multiple times. Like I said in my research, I knew it was a good quality sleeping bag, so I had no problem with spending the money on it and purchasing it. Now, this sleeping bag, we haven't been out in the real cold, almost 0 degree temperatures. It's been around 40 degrees, but it's been really comfortable. The length is really good. I'm about 6'1", just about. This bag has plenty of room. If you're a tall guy, around 6'4", 6'6", in theory, this thing should be pretty good for you. Obviously, you need to try it out to make sure, but it's a pretty long sleeping bag. The shoulders are really nice and wide. I have about 19-inch wide shoulders, so I'm not real wide here. And I have plenty of room. About 5 inches on the side if I slid all the way over to one side. It's pretty good. The loft is really comfortable. It's not really chunky. It's nice and spread out well. The hood has a nice drawstring hood here. I've not had to use this at all because it's not been that cold, but if you had to, you could tighten it up really tight and get it just right around your face and hold in the heat. The zippers have been pretty good. One thing I will say, and that's a complaint that I found, one of the very few, and that is I would really prefer if this zipper was on the right side. I just tend to like my zipper being on the right side. I like having my right arm out, not my left, which I can't do with the zipper being over here. So that's the one complaint I have against this thing. That's pretty much it. But the zipper is very good quality. It's very smooth. As you can see here, if I open it up, the fabric on the inside is really soft. It's very, very comfortable. Has a very nice, and I can't remember what this is called, but it has a little bag of filling right here by the zipper to make sure that the cold air doesn't get in and the hot air doesn't escape. It has a nice little pocket right here on the side. I know it's a little hard for you to see, but if you want to put your smartphone there or something like that, you can. I don't want to have my smartphone that close to me, but some people do. That's up to them. It does have plenty of room up here in the hood. If I can release it here. For a pillow. This is also a Teton Sports camp pillow. I also got it. Links in the description, by the way, to all three of these items I'm going to mention here. Moose Jaw Outdoors, great people. Anyway, the sleeping bag has plenty of room for the pillow. We'll get to that item in a later video. You got a little Velcro strip right here to tie it up to make sure that the zipper doesn't come undone. The foot bed right here has plenty of room. I wear about size 13s, so I have pretty big feet. I have plenty of room in here. It's a very nice, I forget what it's called, footbed. I don't know. Anyway, you have tie down points, so if you want to hang it up, you can. Got three, one here, and one here. The filling does get thicker down by the feet because most people, their feet is where they get cold, and after their feet get cold, the rest of their body just chills down. So they have more filling down here than they do up here. It comes with a very nice drawstring bag. I do not have that with me because I forgot it, but it works pretty good. It has nice straps. You can really strap it down and get it to be pretty small, as synthetic bags, if most of you guys know, are very, very bulky. So having a good bag to tighten it down and compress it is very good. And it works very well. I have no real complaints about that. The one thing I do not necessarily care for about this, and this isn't a real complaint against the sleeping bag, is that it's very hard to get back into the compression sack and be able to tighten it back down. I'm sure if you had enough practice with that over and over and over again, you'd get pretty good at it, but it is a pretty stocky sleeping bag. So that is one complaint against it. If this was a down sleeping bag, it would be a lot easier to get into the stuff sack, but that's not really a complaint. Given the price, I don't really find that to be that big a deal. It has a really nice outside, this denier diamond ripstop. I think it's 75D or something like that. It's nice, works pretty good. I like the red and gray, not black. Let's see here, I believe it's like a plus 40 or 20 degree. Yeah, the 20 degree sleeping bag is a green. This is the red, which is the 5 degree. Up to you what you like. I like this is fine. The sleeping pad I've been using, just so you know, is this Nemo switchback. I will probably make a review on this as well. It's also by Moose Jaw. It worked pretty well too. All this gear here has worked very, very well. So if you guys want to pick one of these up for yourself, I'll have a link down in the description box below to Moose Jaw Outdoors. The sleeping bag performed very, very well. I highly recommend it, whether you want it for just camping, backpacking, hiking, you name it. This is a very good sleeping bag. And for the price point, it's really hard to go wrong. So, anyways, thanks for watching. Please hit that like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Also, don't forget to hit that bell icon so you'll be notified every time I come out with another new outdoor-themed video. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.